Okay, Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji and Lalita Mataji. So we are now when you're ready, kindly start with invocation, please, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Text 49. Vareణ hi avaram. Vareణ hi avaram karma. Buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Buddho saranam anichat. Krupana palahetavaha.
O Dhananjay, keep all abominable activities for distant by devotional service and enchant consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are miserers.
Buddhi yukto jahatiha. Upe sukrita duskrute. Tasmad yogaya yujyasva. Yoga karmashu kaushalam.
A man engaged in devotional service rides himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. Serve your therefore strive for yoga, which is the art of all work.
Karmacham buddhi yukta hi. Phalam tyaktva manishinaha. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. Padam gachanti anamayam.
By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead. Thank you.
यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिव्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्ययस्य श्रुतस्य च.
When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard.
श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधवचला बुद्धिस्तदा योगम् अवाप्स्यसि.
When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas and when remains fixed in the trance of self realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness.
अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भासा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितिधिं किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत् व्रजेत किम्.
Arjuna said, O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak? And what is his language? How does he sit? And how does he walk?
श्रीभगवान् उवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्य एव आत्मानचेष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from material concupiscence, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness.
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयकृतः स्थितिर्मुनिरुच्यते.
One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, are elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady mind.
यः सर्वत्रन्वीरेस्त्रस् तत्तत्प्राप्य सुभासुभम् नाभिनन्दन्ति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither prizing it nor despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge.
यदा संहर्ष चायं कूर्मो अङ्गानिव सर्वतः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense object as the tortoise draws its limbs within the shell is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness.
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसोऽपि यस्य परं द्रष्टा निवर्तते.
Though the embodied soul may be restricted from the sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains, but ceasing such engagements by experiencing higher taste is fixed in consciousness.
यततो हि अपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपस्थितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमादेन हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः.
The senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind even of a man of a discrimination who is endeavoring to control them.
तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
One who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्ते सुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते.
While contemplating the objects of sense, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises.
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool.
रागद्वेषविमुक्तेस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियश्चरन् आत्मवर्षेर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति.
But a person free from all attachment and aversion, able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom, can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord.
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिर्स्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो हि यासु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते.
For one thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established.
नास्ति बुद्धिर्युक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनो अनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावम् अवाम्भसि.
As strong wind sweeps away a boat underwater, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away man's intelligence.
तस्मादस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Therefore, O mighty armed one whose senses are restrained from their objects is certainly of steady intelligence.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्या जगति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनिः.
What is the night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective says.
आपूर्यमाणं प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमवाप्नोति न कामकामी.
A person who is not disturbed by the instant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires.
विहाय कामान्य सर्वान् पुंश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति.
A person who has given up all the desires for the sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all the senses of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace.
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यते स्थित्वा स्यामान् अन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति.
That is the way of the spiritual and godly life. After attaining which a man is not bewildered, if one is thus situated even at the hour of the death, one can enter into the kingdom of God.
Om Tat Sat Iti.
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Please forgive me any mistake, Prabhu. Some words pronunciation. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Beautiful.
Krishna.
Jai
For
Shri
all the mistakes, please, sorry, Prabhuji. Apologize if any mistake.
did
If
very
I would have been done any mistakes, please sorry, Prabhuji. Forgive me.
no mistakes at all, Mataji. Very beautiful, so divine. Thank you so much. Okay, so we got Devashish Prabhuji and Nirmadai Lal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, then with Pranam. And Srila Prabhupada. Okay, we shall move on to the next part. It is a japa session, and dear devotees, wherever it is possible, kindly unmute and chant wherever it is possible.
Krishna 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 Krishna.
And then, okay, so can I request anyone to do the Panchatattva mantra 3 times?
I will do Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास्ति गौर भक्त बिंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास्ति गौर भक्त बिंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास्ति गौर भक्त बिंद हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Krishna 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
राम
Ram
राम
Ram
हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare
వీడియో
Ram
నీట్ గా నా మొహం కనపడేలాగా ఎట్లా లేదా
Hare
పైకి
Krishna
ఎట్లా
Hare
తీసుకురా
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ రామ రామ
Krishna
కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Hare
రామ రామ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ రామ 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 కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Krishna
రామ
Hare Krishna
కృష్ణ
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram
కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Krishna
కృష్ణ రామ రామ రామ
Hare
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ రామ
Ram
రామ
Ram
కృష్ణ 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 కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ రామ
Hare
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ రామ రామ
Krishna
కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Ram
రామ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Hare Krishna
కృష్ణ
Hare Ram Ram
రామ
Ram
రామ
Hare
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ రామ రామ
Krishna
కృష్ణ 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 రామ
Hare
రామ
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram
హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే రామ రామ హరే
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Hare
హరే రామ హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే రామ 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 హరే కృష్ణ 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 రామ రామ హరే కృష్ణ 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 రామ హరే కృష్ణ రామ రామ
Hare
రామ
Krishna
కృష్ణ
Krishna Hare
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
హరే
हरे
కృష్ణ
राम
కృష్ణ
राम
కృష్ణ
राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण
హరే కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
కృష్ణ
हरे
రామ రామ
राम
రామ కృష్ణ కృష్ణ రామ
हरे
రామ
हरे
హరే
कृष्ण
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
రామ
हरे
రామ
हरे हरे राम
హరే
हरे
కృష్ణ
राम
కృష్ణ
राम
కృష్ణ
हरे हरे
హరే
हरे
రామ
Hare
రామ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
కృష్ణ కృష్ణ
हरे हरे
హరే
हरे कृष्ण
కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
హరే
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram 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 Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram Ram
రామ
Hare
రామ కృష్ణ
हरे
కృష్ణ
कृष्ण
కృష్ణ
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
కృష్ణ
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Ram Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare Ram 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 Hare
కృష్ణ
Hare
కృష్ణ
Ram
కృష్ణ
Ram
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण dear devotees, if anyone still chanting, so kindly complete it behind. So meanwhile, we shall move into the next part, and also we welcome Hanma Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna everybody.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so today for the Kirtan, Mangalachan prayers and Guru Vandana, Narsimha prayers, we have any allocations, so we are going to allocate now. So for Kirtan, 2 devotees call and response they will sing, and for Guru Vandana, Mangalachan prayers, Narsimha, 1 person will lead, everyone will follow. Okay, that, and then in between we have a Sangha, the main topic discussion, Bhagavadgita. So today our speakers are Hanma Mataji and RajyaLakshmi Mataji. Okay, so we shall move on to the next with Kirtan. Can I request Devashish Prabhuji and Mampi Mataji available to do Kirtan, if it is okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Mampi Mataji will do and I'll follow.
Okay, Prabhuji. And for Guru Vandana, can I request
Prabhuji, invocation, did you allocate anyone?
invocation of Prabhuji?
No, Drone wants to do it.
Yes, sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, Haribol.
Okay, and for the Guru Vandana, can I request Gauringi Mataji to lead? We all follow behind. For Guru Vandana.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji, sure.
And for Mangalachan prayers, can I request Hangma Mataji to do the Mangalachan prayers?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes Prabhuji.
Lead, and we all follow behind. And for Premadvani prayers, Lalita Mataji, would you like to do the Premadvani prayers, Mataji?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm in temple, so he will get so much noise. So
That's
I
fine.
will. Okay, sorry, Prabhuji. Ask someone to lead that.
Okay, Mataji, that's fine. Can Jai Mataji do if available? Okay, okay, Mataji might be busy with the baby. Can I request Gayatri Mataji to lead Premadvani, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we shall now move without any wait. Devashish Prabhuji and Mampi Mataji, when you are ready, please. Any kirtan you wanted to?
Hare Krishna, Maga Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, can I do Manasho Deho Geho?
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, when you are ready, Mataji, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Just give me 1 minute. Thank you, Prabhu. Manasho Deho Geho जो किछु मोर अर्पिलु तुआ पदे नंद किशोर
मानुष देह गेह जो किछु मोर अर्पिनु तुहा पदे नंद किशोर
मानुष देह गेह जो किछु मोर अर्पिलु तुआ पदे नंद किशोर
मानुष देह गेह जो किछु मोर अर्पिनु तुहा पदे नंद किशोर
সম্পদে বিপদে জীবনে মরণে দায় মম গেলা তুয়া ও পদ বরণে
সম্পদে বিপদে জীবনে মরণে দায় মম গিলা তোয়া উপদ বরণে
মারবীরা খবি जो इच्छा তোহারা নিত্য দাস প্রতি তুই অধিকারা
মারবীরা খবি जो इच्छा तुम्हारा नित्य दासे पोती तुहा उधिकारा
জন্মায় বিময়ে ইচ্ছা যদি তোর ভকত গৃহে জনে জন্ম মোর
জন্মাবি মোর ইচ্ছে
জন্মায় বিময়ে ইচ্ছা যদি তোর ভকত গৃহে জনে জন্ম মোর কীট জনম যথা তু আদাস বহির্মুখ ব্রহ্ম জন্মে নাহি আশু কীট জনম যথা তু আদাস বহির্মুখ ব্রহ্মা জন্মে নাহি আশু ভুক্তি মুক্তি স্পৃহা বিহীন যে ভক্ত লাভ হইতে তাকো সঙ্গয়নুরক্ত ভুক্তি মুক্তি স্পৃহা বিহীন যে ভক্ত লাভ হইতে তাকো সঙ্গয়নুরক্ত জানক জাননী দয়িত তনয় প্রভু গুরুপতি তুহু সর্বময় জানক জাননী দয়িত তনয় প্রভু গুরুপতি তুহু সর্বময় ভকতি বিনোদ কহে শুনো কানা রাধানাথ তুহু আমারো পরাণ ভকতি বিনোদ কহে শুনো কানা রাধানাথ তুহু আমারো পরাণ মানস দেহ গেহ যো কিছু মোর অর্পিলু তুয়া পদে নন্দ কিশোর মানস দেহ গেহ যো কিছু মোর অর্পিলু তুয়া পদে নন্দ কিশোর মানস দেহ গেহ যো কিছু অর্পিলু তুয়া পদে নন্দ কিশোর হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna, Mampi Mataji and Devashish Prabhuji. So beautiful, so divine, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Would you like to read the translation as well, Mataji, please?
Yes, Prabhu. Mind, body, and family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune or in bad, in life or at death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing those feet of yours as my only shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you are the master of your eternal servant. If it is your will that I be born again, then may it be in the home of your devotee. May I be born again even as a worm. So long as I may remain your devotee, I have no desire to be born as a Brahma averse to you. I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire for worldly enjoyment or liberation. Father, mother, lover, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Thakur Bhaktivinoda says, O Kana, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my life, soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So beautiful, so deep, Serenagati Kirtan. Thank you so much, Mataji. So
Hare
divine.
Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much. We shall move on to the next. We got devotees joined. Hare Krishna, Meena Mataji, and Hare Krishna, Jahanakanya Mataji, Dhanvatpana,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Gaurinki Mataji, when you're ready, Mataji, for Guru Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Okay.
We all follow behind.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sure. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kebala Bhakati Sadma Bando Moi Savadhana Mate
Shri Guru
Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Savadana Mate.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kebala Bhakati Sadma Bando Moi Savadana Mate
Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Mui Savadana Mate.
Jahara Prasade Bhai E Baba Toriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te
Hara Prasade Bhai Bhavato Jai Krishna Prapti Ho Jai Te.
Jahara Prasade Bhai E Baba Toriya Jai कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होइते
कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होते
गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते ते कोरिया क्या आराना कोरी हो माने आशा
गुरुमुख पद्मावाक्या चिते कोरिया क्या आराना कोरी हो माने आशा
गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते ते कोरिया क्या आराना कोरियो माने आशा
गुरुमुख पद्मावाक्या चिते ते कोरिया आराना कोरी हो माने आशा
श्री गुरु चरणे रति इसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्वासा
श्री गुरु चरणे रति उत्तमगति प्रसादे पूरे सर्वाशा
श्री गुरु चरणे रति इसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसादी पूरे सर्वासा
श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तमगति प्रसादे सर्वाशा
तत्सुदाना दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता
चाकुदाना दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता
चक्षुदाना दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता
चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरिता
प्रेम भक्ति अविद्या
विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरिता
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरिता
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरितो
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधाम जनार बंधु लोकना लोकिर जीवाना
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु जनर बंधु कनाथ लोके जीवाना
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधाम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना
गुरु करुणा सिंधु जनर बंधु लोकनाथ लोके जीवाना
आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया ये बेयस गुसुक त्रिभुवाना
आहा प्रभु देहा मेरे पाड़ा छाया देवे जशा गुशुगवाना
आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया ये बेजस गुसुक त्रिभुवाना
आहा प्रभु करो दया देहा मोरे पाड़ा छाया देवे जशा गुशुगवाना
प्रभुपाद ले लो शरणा
जय
प्रभुपाद ले लो शरणा
गुरुदेव ले लो शरणा
गुरुदेव ले लो शरणा
जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा शिल प्रभुपादा
जय प्रभुपादा जय
प्रभुपादा
शील प्रभुपादा
जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा शिल गुरुदेवा
जय गुरुदेवा
जय
गुरुदेवा
शील गुरुदेवा
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल हे कृष्ण
हरि बोल ब्यूटीफुल माता जी
Very
Thank you,
beautiful,
Hari.
Mataji.
Thank
So
you, Prabhuji.
divine.
Hare Krishna.
Again. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, that is from Guru Vandana. We shall move on to next Mangalarchan prayers. Can I request Hangma Mataji to lead, please? Line by line, Mataji. It is okay.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimiradhasya Jnanayansalakaya
Ajnanatimidasya Jnananjanashalakaya
Chakshur Unmilitam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yana Bhutale
चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले
Svayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam
Swayam Rupam Kada Mahyam
ददाति
Dadati
स्वान्तिकम्
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnav Cha
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri
Guru
Yuta
Sri
Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha
Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam
Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam
Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parigyana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Sadvaitam
Sadvaitam
Savadhutam
Jana
Parijnana
Sahitam
Sahitam
Chaitanya
Krishna
Devam
Shri Radha Krishna Padansaha Gana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitam Chaha
Sri Radha
Krishna
Krishna Sahagana Lalita Sri
Sri Vishakanvitam
Vishakanvitam
Shah
Shiva
He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate
He Krishna Karuna
Krishna Karuna Sindhu
Sindhu
Dina
Bandhu Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute
Gopesha
Gopika
Gopika
Kanta
Radha
Radha
Kanta
Kanta Namostute
Namostute
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe
Radhe
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye
Vrishabhanu Sute Pranamami Hari Priye
Vanchakalpatirubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva chaha
Vamsha Kalpatarubhyascha
Tarubhyascha
Kripa
Kripa Sindhubhya
Sindhubhya
eva
cha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Srimate
Mate Bhakti Vedanta
Bhaktivedanta
Swami Iti
Swami
Namine
Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine
Namaste
Saraswati
Saraswate
Devi
Devi Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Nirvishesha
Shunyavadi
Shunyavadi
Pashyatya
Paschatya
Deshatarine
Deshatarine
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Jai Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri
Shiva
Vasadi
Sadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhaktivinoda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Babaji.
So much, Mataji. It is so beautiful again. So wonderful. Okay, we shall move on to the next Premadvani prayers. Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sandeep Prabhu also will join Prabhuji.
Hare
with
Krishna
me.
Prabhu,
Yes.
I will also.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
जय
जय
नित्य
नित्य
लीला
लीला
प्रविष्ट
प्रविष्ट
ओम
ओम
विष्णुपाद
विष्णुपाद
परमहंस
परमहंस
परिव्रजकाचार्य
परिव्रजकाचार्य
अष्टोत्तर
अष्टोत्तर
शत
शत
श्री
श्रीमद्
His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki
Jai.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
प्रभु नित्यानंदा
जय अद्वैत गदाधर
गदाधार
शिवासादि
शिवासादि
गौर
गौर
भक्तवृंद
भक्तविंद
की
की
Jai.
जय।
श्री
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 राधा
राधा
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
गोप
गोप
गोपीनाथ
गोपीनाथ
श्याम
श्याम
कुंड
कुंड
राधा
राधा कुंड
गिरि गोवर्धन
गोवर्धन
की
Jai.
जय।
वृंदावन
वृंदावन
धाम
धाम
की
धाम
की
की
Jai.
जय
मथुरा
मथुरा
धाम
धाम
Ram
की
ki jai.
जय
नवद्वीप
Navid
धाम
Dham ki
की
jai.
जय
Jagannath
जगन्नाथपुरी
Puri
धाम
Dham ki jai.
जय
गंगा
गंगा
माई
Ganga
माई
Maya ki jai.
जय
यमुना
Yamuna
माई
Maya
की
ki jai.
जय
Tulsi
तुलसी
तुलसी
देवी
देवी
Devi
की
ki jai.
जय
भक्ति
भक्ति
देवी
देवी
Devi
की
ki jai.
संकीर्तन
संकीर्तन
यज्ञ की
Yajna ki jai.
जय
बृहद मृदंग
Avidanga
की
ki jai.
जय
सामवेद
समवेत
भक्त
भक्त
वृंद
वृंद
Govinda
की
ki
जय
jai.
गौर
गौर
प्रेमानंदे
प्रेमानंद हरि
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 बोल।
बोल।
All
all
glories
glories
to
to
the
the
assembled
assembled
devotees.
devotees
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna.
All
all
glories
glories
to
to
the
the
assembled
assembled
devotees.
devotees
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna.
all
All
glories
glories
to
to Sri
Sri
Guru
Guru and
and Gauranga.
Gauranga
Hare
हरे
Krishna.
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna.
हरे
Prabhupada
कृष्ण हरे
ki
कृष्ण
jai.
जय
Srila Prabhupada
Father
ki
की
jai.
जय।
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Again, so
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
thank you, Mataji. So beautiful. Okay, we shall move to the next. It is our Bhagavad Gita. Before Bhagavad Gita, so invocation prayers by our Devashish Prabhuji's child, Adron Prabhuji.
ओ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो
Namo
भगवते
Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय।
Vasudevaya.
ओ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय
Ah.
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna.
Beautiful.
ब्यूटीफुल
Haribol.
या हरि
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Adron Prabhuji. Okay, so we shall move on. Go to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. So verse by verse, slowly we are going because it is the second cycle of we are running through. In the last session, we have gone through 67th shloka. And the Bhagavad-gita Mataji very nicely explained this one. And then here Krishna is speaking. This is all about Buddhi Yoga. Krishna did in this second chapter, two parts. First 1 to 39 or 40 shlokas. That is one section Krishna describes like a Sankhya Yoga. And then so that Arjuna will be relieved from the pains, whatever he is feeling through in the Kurukshetra battle. So that he'll be relieved. And then second, he is mentioning about the Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is nothing but devotional service. So in this engagement in the devotional service, how one can free from all kinds of pains and pleasures of this material world. that is vividly described in the few shlokas. Like to recap, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chaitaso hyasu buddhi paryavtistate. So Krishna says, whoever is completely satisfied in devotional service, even though there are so many miseries in this material world, but a devotee does not feel those pains at all. This is prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhihi paryavartistate. So in that particular position, when he is completely satisfied, so and then his intelligence or his buddhi is now, it is said that it is properly situated. So in that state, he does not feel all of these pains and pleasures of this material world. And even though he is fixed in his mind, he is trying for, of course, he is fixed means that is good, but somehow the devotees are still progressing in the devotional service. When they are trying, what happens? So the senses of the person, they will not be always keeping him steady. One of the sense, if it is weak, either tongue or a skin or the eyes or a nose or ears, it is attracted to any kind of material things, then even the one of it will pull him to the material pole, and then he will fall down. Just like a boat in the ocean, it is pulled away by the air. In such a way, he will also, whoever is trying to progress in the spiritual life, he will be tested very hardly by the material nature. Because material nature works on the senses, and it is prakritehi karmani gunehi karmani sarvashah ahankar vimudatma kattaham iti manyate. In the beginning, in the later on in the third chapter, Krishna speaks about how material nature works on a person. But here, material nature works on the body and the senses and the mind intelligence according to his constitutional position. If he is not affected, he is not serving the material nature, then material nature influence does not happen on the devotee. So here, indriyanam hi charitam yan mano anuvidhiyate tadasya hariti prajnam vayurnavam ivam bhasi. Even though a person, he is trying very hard to progress in spiritual life, he will be tested by the material nature. Tadasya hariti prajnam vayurnavam ivam bhasi. Like a boat is pulled by the strong wind. So that is where we have stopped in the last session. So today there are two more shlokas that Hangma Mataji and RajyaLakshmi Mataji are going to speak, the 68 and 69. So before we go hand over the session to the Matajis, we shall go and recite these two shlokas. Before we recite, we also see the translation. So, therefore, O my termed one, whose senses are restrained from their objects, is certainly of steady intelligence. Whose senses are restrained from their sense objectives. They are certainly of steady intelligence. Okay, so we shall recite this shloka. So tasmad yasya mahabhaho nigruhitani sarvashah indriyani indriyadebhyah tasya prajna pratistita. Tasmad yasya mahabhaho nigruhitani sarvashah indriyani indriyadebhyah tasya prajna pratistita. तस्माद् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. Okay, can I request all devotees to follow line by line behind me? तस्माद् यस्य महाबाहो
तस्मात् यस्य महाबाहो
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Once more. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
तस्माद्यस्य
तस्माद्यस्य
महाबाहो
महाबाहो
गृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि
निगृहीतानि
सर्वशः
सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
इन्द्रियाणि
इन्द्रियाणि
इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
तस्माद्यस्य
तस्माद्यस्य
महाबाहो
महाबाहो
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि
सर्वशः
सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
Very beautiful. Can I request devotees take a turn to recite? Jahnukanya Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji, please?
Prabhuji, can I ask you the third line at the end there, please? Because you said,
Yes.
It says, I thought it was yes.
Yes, this is whenever we split the word.
See, it's on, yeah, in the synonyms, yeah.
Yes, Indriyadebhyaha.
Okay.
If you are doing combinedly, then yes will come, but we are taking a break there, so ha comes there.
Okay. Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasaha indriyani indriyatibhyaha tasya brajna pratishtita.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. And Nirma Dayalal Mataji, would you like to do?
Which line, Prabhuji?
The
Third
shloka.
line.
You would like to recite the entire shloka, Mataji?
Yeah. Indriyati.
From first to all the 4 lines, please.
Tasme Vishya Maha Bhava Nindriyati Sarvishita. Sorry, Prabhuji, it's my first time. Sorry.
Very beautiful, Mataji. You are trying, but okay, let us take a break, Mataji. You just focus this one. We'll come back to you later on. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Tasmadhyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasaha indriyani indriyatabhyas tasya pragya pratisthita. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Gayatri Mataji and Sandeep Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. हरे कृष्ण.
Beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. And Devashish Prabhuji, please, and Mumbai Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Tasmadyassa mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasa indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya pragya pratishtita.
Tasmesha mahabaho nigrihani sarvesha indriyani indriyasya tasya prajana pratisthita.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Sorry, Prabhuji, me?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Devi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. तस्मादेश्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सरस्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, do we have the Haji Mataji? If not, that's fine. Pawan Prabhuji, please. Okay, Prabhavat.
Mr. Prabhuji, I'm actually driving, so I won't be able to recite, but I'm hearing.
Sure, Prabhuji, that's fine.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Tasmadhyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvashah indriyani indriyartebhyah tasya prajna pratishtita.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. RajyaLakshmi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah. Tasmat yasya mahabaho निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Hanuman Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigritani sarvashaha indriyani indriyarthebhyaha tasya pragya pratishtita. Hare Krishna.
Nirmal Dayal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Would you like to try, Mataji?
Yeah. Tasma Vishvayama Bhavo Indriyati Sarvasita Indriyati Indriya Bhava Tasme Prajna Prasistita.
Very nice try, Mataji. Would you like to follow once again, Mataji, behind me? Tasmadyasya mahabaho
Tasmavasya Mahabhavo
Nigrihitani sarvashaha
Nigrihya Itani Sarvasaha
Indriyani indriyadebhyaha
Indriyani Indriyadebhava
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Tasya Prajan Prasastita
Pratishtita.
Pratishtita.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Excellent.
Thank you, Baba.
The beginning itself.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, we shall also move to the next shloka as well, very quickly. So here again, a person who is in the steady path, what are his activities, how he is going to act. So again, we shall read the translation. So what is the night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control, and the time of awakening for all beings is the night for the introspective stage. Okay, that is giving Krishna is speaking how the introspective sage acts in the daytime and the night time. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati sabhutani sa nisha pasyato munehe. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pasyato munehe. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pasyato munehe. Can I request all devotees to take turns again to follow line by line? Ya nisha sarvabhutanam
Yanisha sarvabhutanam
tasyam jagrati samyami
tasyam jagrati
samyami
yasyam jagrati bhutani
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
Again. या निशा सर्वभूतानां
या निशा सर्वभूतानां
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
तस्यां जागर्ति
जागर्ति
संयमी
संयमी
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
सा
निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
या निशा सर्वभूतानां
या निशा सर्वभूतानां
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
सा निशा
पश्यतो मुनेः.
Okay, then can the devotees take it turn again in the same sequence? Jatnakanya Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Na yani sorry. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti samyame yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pasyato munehi munehe.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Gayatri Mataji and Sandeep Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Devashish Prabhuji and Mangi Mataji, please.
या निशां सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमे यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनिः. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Yes, thank you, Hare Krishna. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Devi Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, please.
कृष्ण प्रभु जी. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमे यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. RajyaLakshmi Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Thank you, Mataji. Hanuman Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Nirmadai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagruti samyami yasyam jagruti bhutani sa nisha pashyo to yamhe. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you. And Samsung, would you like to try?
Yes, Prabhuji. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagruti samyami yasham jagruti bhutani sa nisha pashyo to yame.
Mune.
Prashyotame.
Very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So Samsung joined. Would you like to try? My name is not there. Just Samsung. Okay, if that's all right. Yes, that is from the recitations. Now we shall move into the shlokas. So, Hangma Mataji, are you ready to start, Mataji?
Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhuji. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Mataji.
What is introspection says in the previous introspective says you mentioned, right? What was that? Can you please explain?
Devotee, who is inward, so who always thinks within the heart, who is Atmaram, self-satisfied person, who is progressing in the spiritual path, or a devotee, whose vision is only inwards, not outwards. He is called introspective sage.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Hangma Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Wanted to share your screen, or you wanted me to have it as it is?
Yes, Prabhuji, I will try to share my screen from my phone.
You want to share it from your screen?
Yes, Prabhuji, but let me try first, if it works. Yes, is it visible, my screen?
Yes, Mataji, you can landscape it, Mataji. So,
okay.
We can see full screen. Yes, Mataji.
I think, yeah, this is the size. I hope it's okay, Prabhuji.
If you don't mind, I can share the screen, Mataji.
Yes, okay, Prabhuji. I think it will be best if you share it.
Yes, that's fine, Mataji. So just I thought you have got laptop or computer. Okay, no worries, Mataji.
Okay.
Can start with invocation praise Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Mataji before you start.
Should I do it 3 times, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity. And I hope, I don't know if I will be able to do much justice, but please forgive me if I make any mistake. So I'll first read the shloka and the purport first by myself, just because I think we have time constraint.
Yes, Mataji.
Tasmad yasya mahabaho nirgitani sarvasaha indriyani indriyarthebhyaha tasya pragya pratishtita. So the translation: Therefore, O mighty armed one whose senses are restrained from their objects is certainly of steady intelligence. Purport: One can curb the forces of sense gratification only by means of Krishna consciousness or engaging all the senses in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As enemies are curbed by superior force, the senses can similarly be curbed not by human endeavor but only by keeping them engaged in the service of the Lord. One who has understood this, that only by Krishna consciousness is one really established in intelligence, and that one should practice this art under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, is called a sadhaka or a suitable candidate for liberation. So here Krishna is describing the qualities of a spiritually steady person. So one whose senses who are not one whose senses is not in attraction of this world. So that person is will be a successful person to have a steady mind. So here we can see that there's use of the word sarvasaham, which means all around. So, meaning whether the person is interacting with the world or reflecting, or whether he's by himself reflecting and thinking in solitude. So, neither of the time while being in the world or whether he's alone, his senses should be engaged in the sense enjoyment or material objects. So, that is even while when he's living in material world and performing his duties, then many sense objects may come before the person, but such person whose senses are controlled, then those material objects cannot disturb the mind. So while going through daily life as well, we there are so many sense objects that may come into our contact. So but if we keep our mind steady, and if our mind is steady, then those sense objects will not be able to agitate us. So we have to keep our senses in control, because senses because the senses, they can disturb our mind, and they are so powerful that they can distract us from our spiritual practice, and they also create material attachment with this world. So talking about senses, so our eyes, they like to seek only attractive things. Tongues, they love to eat tasty food. Ears going towards pleasant sound. And mind, we all know there's endless desires and need for comfort, and all such so many desires, endless desires. So how can we control these senses? So this was described by Mataji in the last week class as well. So sense control does not mean that we have to repress them, but instead we can focus on engaging our senses in Krishna's service. So, for example, the tongue, we can chant Hare Krishna mantra, chant the Lord's name, offer prayers, enjoy the prasad. And eyes, similarly, eyes watching, instead of watching materialistic things, we can look at beautiful deities. And for ears, we can listen to kirtan and Hari Katha, and listen to Lord's pastime. And for the mind, we can read scriptures like Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and so many other scriptures to learn more about the pastimes of the Lord and teachings of the Lord. So main point is, bhakti in Krishna consciousness does not destroy the senses, but it rather purifies our sense engagement. So when our senses are directed towards Krishna, they naturally become purified and our mind becomes steady. So here in this shloka, so Arjuna is sorry, so Krishna is saying to Arjuna that fixing the senses on him will lead to a steady mind and true peace. So fixing senses on the Lord, it helps person to develop that firmness in the mind, that steadiness, so that whatever condition he's going through, his mind will not waver. And the reason is because in his heart, in his mind, he knows that those kind of material object will hold no importance over him, like it has no power over him. And Prabhuji, would you please share chapter 2, shloka 58, please? So in this shloka, Yada samharate chayam kurmo agniva sarvashaha indriyanindriyat devya tasya pragya pratishtita. And a translation as well, Prabhuji. So one who is able to withdraw his senses from the sense object as the tortoise draws its limbs within the shell is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. So just like a tortoise who withdraws its limb into its shell, a spiritually intelligent person also, whenever he is within the material objects, he is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects. So so that causes him firmly fixed upon just one thing in Krishna consciousness. So when we engage our senses, when we perform all our actions offering to Krishna, so we become free from bondage of this materialistic world, because that person begins to understand that it is pointless to do any kind of action expecting some sort of fruit or some sort of reaction from it. And so because of this, gradually the mind will develop steady intelligence. So when we offer our actions onto him, because our senses are so naturally purified and engaged in devotional service, that our mind is clear. And I'm sure that everyone who is present here tonight as well can relate to that, because everybody is engaged in devotional service. And maybe we might feel that we are not as much agitated by the things that are happening outside, because yes, upsetting things happens. It is life on earth, so upsetting things happens. But I think we all develop that bhav, or that feeling of surrender, so that we have trust in Krishna's plan, and that keeps our mind steady. And also if we go back to that shloka 68, please, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So here in the shloka, there is the use of the word nirgritani, which means fully nirgritani, so curbed down. So which means fully controlled and restrained. So one whose senses are fully controlled. So if we try to understand why is it so much essential to control the senses, then again we can go back to chapter 3, shloka 34, please. So Indriya Shendriya Sarthe Raga Dvesho Vyavastito Tayornavasam Agachet Tohi Asya Paripatino. So the translation: there are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion, because they are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. So raga and dvesha, so the senses senses that we have towards the material objects, they have one feeling is raga, either raga or dvesha. So raga means attachment, liking something, a craving for something so much that it happens in our mind. We think like, oh, I like this, this gives me so much pleasure, so I want it again. Like attachment for simple things like food, or even for praise, or and then it will go on, keep on increasing to money, relationships, and comfort, and all sorts of things. So when raga develops, the mind becomes dependent on that object for our happiness. And again, with dvesha, what happens is there is strong dislike, and our mind thinks, I don't like this and I want to avoid it. So then we try to avoid that uncomfortable situation and try to come out of things, try our very best, become frustrated when we dislike things. So disliking like people who will oppose us, or like um who does not have same perspective or view like us. So then, so it's basically not being able to adjust. So when our senses are not so when raga and dvesha control our senses, then it is very difficult to progress in spiritual path, because the person will always be pushed and pulled between these two. So it's not good when we are being controlled by these two feelings. So when we have this feeling of dvesha on the um this towards material things, so uh, we'll always be stuck in this. So never progressing. So it is, so when we do when we perform services for krishna, so when we naturally offer activities to krishna, the senses are naturally engaged are naturally engaged in devotional service. So there's no more attachment and attachment towards sense of objects, and then the mind remains steady. So how do we, so the question arises, how can we find our path through this, all this, in this krishna consciousness? So that is with the help of bona fide spiritual master. So why bona fide spiritual master? Because spiritual life, it requires proper knowledge, discipline, and also correct practice. So uh, um, so a guru who is engaged in the sense, so the guru who is in krishna consciousness, who is from the disciplic line of success from guru parampara, we all know that how important it is that a guru should come from disciplic succession. So through him we know that the teachings passed down by krishna, we are getting it as it is. So there's no extra um so there's no extra what do you say, no extra. So it is as it is, authentic as it is, so it is genuine. And then when we follow what our spiritual master have been telling us, so when we through him we can learn that the teachings of gita and teachings of bhagavatam, and under his guidance we can develop more faith in krishna, and perform service to the master. And then by chanting the mantras, studying the gita, and associating with devotees, so and worshipping krishna, so this all helps in regulating the senses. And this will, so when so the sadhaka, he is able to keep his mind steady in his journey in this spiritual path. So this verse is explaining the importance of how important it is to control our senses, so how important it is to attain that steady mind and steady intelligence, so that we don't get dragged towards material enjoyment and then all this material bondage in the world. So yes, Prabhuji, so this is my takeaway point. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for the opportunity, Prabhuji.
Would you like to recite the shlaka and translation, Mataji? Discipline section one.
Yes, Prabhuji. Evam parampara praptam imam rajasayo viduha sakalenaha mahata yogo nastaha parantapa. Translation: this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So the knowledge comes from disciple section, from spiritual master to disciple, from Krishna down to all of us. It is given like a fruit is given hand to hand from top to bottom without losing the fruit. If it falls down, the fruit will shatter. So here the fruit is given as it is without. Okay, and also this one, Mataji. So how one can engage himself in the devotional service, engaging senses. Also, would you like to recite this shloka, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. So all three,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
yes, Mataji.
Sa vai manaha Krishna पदारविन्दयोर्वचंसि वैकुण्ठगुणावर्णने करौ हरेर्मन्दिरमर्जनादिषु श्रुतिं चक्रच्युतसत कथोदये मुकुन्दलिङ्गलाय दर्शनादृशो तदभृत्य गत्र स्पर्शेन् अङ्गसङ्गमामम् घ्राणं च तत्पदा सरोजा सौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्या रसानं तद् अर्पिते पदौ हरेः क्षेत्र पदानुस्मरणे शिरोरिकेशा पदाभिवान्देः कामं च दस्येन तु कामकाम्याय यथोत्तमश्लोक जनरस्यारतिः हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji.
So translation. Maharaja Ambarisa always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, his words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples, and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavana. He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulasi offered to the Lord, and he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasada. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord, his head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaja Ambarisa never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful, Mataji. So very nicely explained, Mataji. So any conclusion points, Mataji?
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me the opportunity. I don't know if I was able to cover all of the points. I'm sorry if I made any mistake in those points, Prabhuji. And thank you so much for trusting in me in delivering today's service, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, we'll come back to questions and answers and discussions later once RajyaLakshmi Mataji presents the next shloka. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And if I commit any mistakes, my sincere apologies. I'm just here to share very tiny knowledge through this shloka. So, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Samyami Yeshyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Muneha. So, let us go to the synonyms, what this sloka is talking about. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control and the self-controlled people. And the time of awakening for all beings is the night for the introspective says. Let us move on to the purport, because when we see this translation, we may feel, okay, what is night and what is day for all beings, and to self-controlled in sages they are referring. But let us touch base the purport before we go to the next further discussion. Here, Krishna is saying there are two classes of intelligent man.
One is intelligent in material activities for sense gratification, and the other is introspective and awake to the cultivation of self-realization. Activities of the introspective says are the thoughtful man or night for the persons materially absorbed and drowned. Materialistic persons remain asleep in such a night due to their ignorance of self-realization. The introspective sage remains alert in the night of the materialistic man. The sage feels transcendental pleasure in the gradual advancement of the spiritual culture. Whereas the man in the materialistic activities being asleep to self-realization, the dreams of varieties of sense pleasure, feeling sometimes happy, sometimes upset, distressed in his sleeping condition. The introspective man is always indifferent to the materialistic happiness and distress. He goes on with his self-realization activities and remain undisturbed by the material reactions. So this purport talks about the completely here. Krishna is clearly classifying and highlighting through this verse two categories of the people. One is the self-realization introspective says, the other category is materialistic people. So if we compare here in the translation, it is clearly called out. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled people. And what is the awakening time for all materialistic people is the night for introspective says. Here, day and night, they are not using in the context of our usual day and night. Here, it has as acronyms they are using. So, who is a self-realization says? The person who is completely detached from the materialistic pleasures and sense gratification, and who has no bearing of any ups and downs of the life. So if something is not happening, or if something is successful or failed, the person who is a sage, self-realized sage, has no attachment to the outcome of that action. He always remains undisturbed. He always uh, try to achieve, go further in the spiritual path, and he always kind of ignores the ignorant people, and he always stay detached from all these materialistic worldly attachments and all. So the introspective says is here clearly staying away from the materialistic things. So here in the translation, they are clearly calling out the time of awakening for all beings. All beings here we are referring to the materialistic people. Awakening means here the person in the materialistic world, wanted to go for a movie, or he wanted to buy a big car or big house, or he wanted to get the promotion. Otherwise, they will feel upset. Sometimes if they win kind of, big lottery, they are more happy. All these kind of things, awakening in a sense, it is not like really, not sleeping. Here, when they are drowning in these materialistic activities, the self-realized says completely stays away. He knows what they are doing, but he never got any attachment to the activities what they are doing. He know when we compare the other side, a materialistic person, he's completely unaware of what exactly the self-realized saint is doing. He thinks, the life is for joy and enjoyment. What you are doing, you are into bhakti and you are doing all this. But what all this you are doing here, it is completely, they think, it is no use. But the self-realized says knows what exactly he is doing is right. He's trying to go for the liberation. He wanted to attain the moksha. He wanted to go for the Krishna Loka, Goloka Brindavan. So even though he's getting various kinds of bombarding messages from the non-devotees, he remains untouched. He remains undisturbed. So that's what here Prabhupada is calling out. What is night for all beings? Imagine a person who is in at night time in a sleeping mode. He doesn't know what he's doing. So the ignorant people are the people without any intelligence. They whatever the activities in the materialistic world they are doing in a kind of sleep mode. Because when we are sleeping, we don't know what we are doing. So in the same way they are doing, but the sage knows, the spiritual person knows what they are doing, which is not right, but he observes everything what is happening surrounding to him, but he keeps himself in a healthy distance from all this chaotic nonsense, and he protect himself in his spiritual path. Here in the purport, Prabhupada clearly calling out, okay, activities of the introspective says are thoughtful man are night for the persons who are materially absorbed. Yes, the here the day and night is not really day and night. It is the philosophical meaning here is the activities of the materialistic people and the activities of the sages. That is what here we are referring into the day and night. So imagine when Prabhupada has gone to Boston for the Hare Krishna movement first time back in 1965, September 17th, yeah, through the cargo ship. As soon as he landed into the Boston, and when he's getting out of that cargo ship, so usually if any person like go to the Western country first time, they think, okay, wow, what a beautiful big skyscraper buildings and all, like dazzling lights and everything. But as soon as he's coming out of the ship, the first minute, because Prabhupada is clearly thinking to himself, my goodness, what these people are doing here. They are just putting the pavement to the hellish pleasure, because they don't know what is bhakti, they don't know what they are doing and all. But if an ordinary materialistic person is just getting out of the shape or anything, they feel, okay, wow, I came to heaven. But it's the way, the perception, the way how we look at the things is completely different for the self-realized sages and also materialistic people. So that's why we have to control our senses, the sense gratification. If we come to the sense gratification, the self-realized people know what they have to take to keep this body and also mind for the service of the devotional service for the God, for Krishna. Even whatever they are doing or whatever the sense gratification they are taking, they completely take to the limit what it is needed to do the devotional service, and everything at the end of the day, they don't attach to any outcome of whatever they are doing. Everything they do for the spiritual growth. Coming to the materialistic people, if one day if they are getting a success, they feel happy. Otherwise they go to the demotivation and also distress, and also they feel very low if something, if they thought, if it is not happening. All this kind of emotions or the worldly reactions are completely not disturbed by the self-realization says, because he knows what he has to do and what is good for the spiritual progress, and he stays completely away from the all these worldly pleasures and also materialistic things and everything. So if we, how we can, like as Mataji explained, and also because the sense gratification and also controlling the senses and mind, that is the foremost important thing. I think Mataji nicely explained in the previous sloka 68 and also in other slokas, like Parikshin Maharaj also, because the sense gratification, what are the senses what we have received from the Krishna in this body form, like eyes, ears, hands, or listening, whatever. When we are purely devoting our senses for the service of the God, whatever we are doing for the devotional service, slowly it will help us, okay, not to get tagged to any bonding of materialistic pleasures, and also go in the divine spiritual path. Slowly, when we are practicing all this sense gratification and controlling our mind and senses, then we will slowly navigate in the as a sage path in the spiritual progress. Coming to the materialistic people, they will just go into that cycle of birth and death, and they will just, okay, based on their desires at the time of the death, they will take their rebirth. And also, it is very unfortunate for those people, they will not realize, okay, what they are losing. But the self-realization says he knows what exactly the ultimate goal. He knows, okay, he wanted to go back to where he is from Krishna. So he always does various activities to go back to Goloka Brindavan. and he's completely stay detached, and he never get into that entanglement of this worldly pleasures and also this samsara. So that is how we have to slowly progress in the self-realization path. It is easy to say it, but I think we have to take step-by-step process how we can go in that path to control our senses, control our mind, and also everything. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so nicely reflected on this shloka. Thank you so much for explaining, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Apologies if I missed any dates. Please accept my sincere apologies, Prabhuji, and everyone.
No worries, Mataji. So all very nice, and you have explained to all the devotees here. So here in this one, the sage, introspective sage. So for example, in the night time, we have got nighttime and daytime. And introspective sage, he will wake up early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta and cultivate the spiritual activities. So he has to act. Generally, devotees who are staunch devotees or unflinching devotees, they wake up by 3:30, 3:30 a.m. in the early morning and get ready and then start 4 o'clock or 4:30 for Mangalacharan and then complete all the japa before Guru Charan before 8 o'clock. Now rest of the time they have got full until evening for them to work. And when they go outside, they simply do as a matter of duty and come back home. They do not have to deal with the going here and there. So work the Swadharmacharanam Chekcha Vidharmacha Nivattanam Daivalabdena Santosha Atmavit Charanachanam. He is self-satisfied. So complete the duty and come home again, the family members, and see if everything is okay as much as needed. Not too much sitting the family members and watching TV and eating this and rubbish. That is not the devotee's life. And again, associating with the devotees here, discussing the transcendental topics. Tato dussangam musurja satsu sajjet buddhiman tanta eva sikindanti manovyasanga muktibihi. Manovyasanga muktibihi. Without any mental speculations. He'll always with the devotees. And then relieving from what happens when he's assisting with the devotees. He's if there is any sangha doshas, he will be freed from the sangha dosha. Okay, so in such a way, the purification happens in the devotee's life. Okay, but even though he is going outside, sarvatra anabhisnehaha tat prapya shubha shubham nabhinandasti nadveshti tasya prajna pratistita. Even though he goes in many places, sarvatra anabhisnehaha, he does not make attachment with any other thing. Sarvatra anabhisnehaha tat prapya shubha shubham. Either it is good or bad, it doesn't matter. He does not associate with all materialistic things. Wherever he goes, anabhisnehaha, he does not make attachment with those things. Nabhinandati nadveshti. He does not desire, he does not hate also. Sometimes we see a friend or an enemy, both. So he does not closely associate with a friend, he does not hate the enemy. So he is equipoised with both towards Nabhinandati nadveshti. He doesn't want anything. If something is there in the home, he will just take it and keep it going on. He does not ask for different kinds of tasty foods and many other things. Okay, this is the devotee's life. Nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratistita. So he is always cultivating and associating the devotees. Again, coming here, we need varieties of enjoyment. How do we go to the varieties of enjoyment? We have got the devotees to share the Krishna Katha, Parasparanu Katanam, Pavanam Bhagavadgita. This is Pavanam Bhagavadgita. Mitoratihi, mitotustihi, nivrittihi, mitatmanaha. Discussing the topics of the Lord, and then one would automatically nivrittihi. free from the material entanglement. Okay, so this is Panini Te Deva Kata Sudhayaha Prurjya Bhaktya Vishadasayaye Vairagyasaram Pratilabhya Bodham Yatanjasanur Rakunte Disnyam. So when he is associating with the devotees, Panena Te Deva Kata Sudhayaha Prurjya Bhaktya Vishadasayaye Vairagyasaram Pratilabdha Bodham. Vairagyasaram. He will receive Vairagyasaram, the essence of the detachment. And Yatanjasanhur Rakunta Dishnam. He will be prepared to go back to the Godhead. But it will gradually, step by step. Okay, so that is the introspective stage activities. And that means sense pleasures, all the sense activities. When senses are engaged automatically in the devotional service, no more entanglement. Okay, asevayayam prakutir gunanam jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena yogena may epitayacha bhaktya mam pratyagatmanam ihavarunde. Here, when he is living in the devotional service, automatically one-side happiness. He has got friends, yes, so many people, but discussing only transcendental loving. He does not show off his house, his money, his job, and his that, and his children, his education. My children, this. He doesn't want all of those things. That is all materialistic things. And whereas that is, he discuss only transcendental topics of the Lord. What happens? There is no chance for any pointing out to the other people, showing off. So there is no chance for any mistakes as well. Okay, so in such a way, that is the association. Eating prasadam, eating whatever the prasadam we have prepared at home, we offer it to the Lord and then we have it. By that, we are free from the sinful activities. People who are preparing the food and eating without offering to the Lord, they are simply eating only the sin. Krishna described that in the third chapter. What is that shlok? Can anyone mention that one? Shishya. So there is one beautiful shloka comes here. That is, what is that one? Yajñasistasena santa. Yajñasistan sinah santo mutyante sarvakilmishaivi. Sarvakilbishaihi bhunjate te tvagam papa e patyanti atma karana. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. When they're eating sin, automatically their consciousness is impure. They cannot understand any transcendental topic. They do not have any desire to come and hear any Krishna Katha. They do not have intention to sit with the devotees because all they have, the consciousness is so impure. They're eating only the sin. So it is our practical life. Even we could see some of the family members, they simply just wanted to enjoy. So as soon as they eat, and even some people watch it, engage eyes to see the news and something like the movies, the entertainment programs or sports, what happens automatically? The mind is already disturbed. The consciousness is getting polluted. Sometimes we may think, oh, why it is not possible? I have come from work and I need some kind of break. But that is break. We can see the kirtans of the Lord and such kind of things are purifying things. We can take those things. We can replace those things. Yes, we all have got some kind of tiredness coming in while working out. As soon as we come here, when we see and hear devotees sing, it is so pleasing to us. So again, replacing the materialistic things with the devotional things. In such a way, going negative, we are going positive towards spiritual progress. Yanna vrajintagi vido rachananuvada shrunvanteni vishayaha kukata matignihi. Kukata matignihi. Kukata means it is which is not Krishna Katha. It is all Kukata. Matignihi, it will kill the intelligence. Tantan kshipanti asaraneshu tamassu hanta. Such kind of people's life, which will go towards the hell. Kshipanti asaraneshu tamassu hanta. Ignorance. Okay, that is materialistic life. And so coming back to this one, the introspective stage, knowing all these things, he will replace all materialistic things one after another with the spiritual activities. Eating prasadam and whatever Krishna wanted, he prepared for Krishna and then he will take it. Associate with only the devotees, speak only Krishna Katha, nothing more, no more nonsense. Okay, so that is very beautiful. Thank you so much, RajyaLakshmi Mataji. I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions, you can raise to Hangma Mataji and RajyaLakshmi Mataji. So Mataji would answer.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, any questions, dear devotees? Jahna Kanya Mataji wanted to share, Mataji, anything? Any questions, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. No, I was listening very well, and it's all to do with one of the verses I did once before about the senses, controlling the mind, the senses, and it's an ongoing discussion. We must carry on doing it regularly because this is what the biggest problem in the world is, isn't it? We engage our senses in the wrong places. And so, yeah, it's really interesting to find out. And you've got some elevated souls there, Prabhuji. These are all learned people. I'm afraid I don't fit in this group anymore.
No, Mataji.
It's so good to hear that people are progressing so nicely and they know the Shastras well and they're actually attending and getting better and better every day, which is wonderful. All glories to you, Prabhuji.
Mataji, so RajyaLakshmi Mataji, Hangman Mataji, and all devotees, Matajis, all devotees are helping our spiritual progress.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And people are attending, which is important.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
It's drawing a good, good community. And I like the, how people are being respectful to each other as well. And making sure that everybody gets a chance. I love it. It's so nice. It's so nice to attend and just be an observer. It's so really good to have such relish of a group where you can enjoy the Shastras and all the goodness that Prabhupada brought for us. And it's all from the word of Krishna. It's all filtered down. And always touch on Guru Parampara system is so important because without them, we wouldn't have known anything. We wouldn't have been here. Yeah, so it's really good. I didn't hear anybody touch on books, reading, and good association. I think we should try and think of those important things. Good association brings us here. Good association keeps us here. Good association gives us freedom and liberation so we can actually move on and feel good about ourselves so we can promote goodness. And how do we do that? With good devotional service. And when you get into that path, you do it with all your open heart is so relishable. You get such great feeling. You think, oh, do I deserve this? Where did this come from? It's so amazing that we are on this platform where we feel so enriched and in a better place than we were. And I often pinch myself and think, do I deserve this? This is amazing how it's happening to me, who a poor a poor person with no qualification to reach that platform. Sometimes I have a taste of it and I think, oh, do I deserve it? I question it, but it is all for us. It's all available for everybody. So we are privileged really to be in that situation. And if we don't take it, we are fools really. When Prabhupada says, you know, you are fools if you don't take it. So let's not be rascals. Let's be pure good devotees, I think. Books are the answer. From being good association and books and reading, like we're reading tonight. You're reading and you're really delving deep in the verse, which is so beautiful. It's like what I used to do is just as Prabhupada says, you run the jar of the honey and you cannot taste the honey because you're not sensible enough to open the jar and get the nutrition and the sweetness of the honey. So this is what you're doing, and I like that. I like to just hear and witness it. You're going deeper in and getting people to recite so beautifully. I mean, I don't understand I don't have any other language, but I can feel the sweetness in it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
I can go on, as you know.
Yes, Mataji. We like to hear when you speak. It's so sweet. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Good association, yes.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we shall move on to the other devotees. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhavati Sachi Mataji. You wanted to ask her any comment, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji. Mataji has given so beautiful explanation, both of them. And I agree with the Janukani Mataji. Thank you so much for bringing everything together and giving opportunity. Prabhu. Without you, we are nothing. And we are learning day by day from everyone. Thank you so much for all your efforts, and no words to say. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Very nice, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Hangma Mataji and RajyaLakshmi Mataji, as soon as we ask, they simply accepted and presented here. So beautiful it is. Thank you so much for Mataji's. It is not that much easy. So many people feel nervous, but Mataji's are, eloquently and precisely delivering the message. So beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for trusting us and giving us the opportunity, honestly.
Thank you,
We
Mataji.
have very tiny knowledge in front of you, Prabhuji. So just bless us so that we will just progress in the right path, Prabhuji, with everyone in the Sangha.
Thank you, Mataji. It is what we read here, that is the main thing. So everyone has got access to Veda base. So we relish, and it is reading means just drinking the nectar, like Mataji said. Okay, so we shall move on to the other Gayatri Mataji and Sandeep Prabhuji. Wanted to add any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful classes. Both Matajis did wonderful job. Thank you. This is the first session, Prabhuji, that I attended fully. Normally I won't get time. No, Prabhu, I mean, no questions, but I was just reading Prabhupada's Leelamrita, and I was only thinking of what I read recently, like for verse 68, when we said that about mind is sense. I mean, yeah, we have to have our mind is not idle, right? It's always going to the material, like sense gratification and all that. So only way to do that is, that's not easy, but what I was referring was like how Prabhupada, for those hippies, when they were into, I don't know what is LSD means, drugs, I believe. So when they were under the impression that that's the highest taste for them, but then how Prabhupada replaced that with Mahamantra, and they all started tasting that, and they all realized that is the higher taste. So automatically then they all became elevated devotees. So I was just thinking about that when we were doing the verse 68 and 69. Of course, RajyaLakshmi Mataji, thanks for explaining clearly. And yeah, I mean, kind of no questions there, but it's really amazing to see all this kind of explanations. Thank you. That's all. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu and Hare Krishna Prabhuji and both Matajis did so well, so beautiful. Mataji, you have explained first time, it didn't even feel like first time. You did so without any mistakes, without nervousness. It was very beautiful to see both of you doing so beautifully, Mataji. And RajyaLakshmi Mataji, you explained so beautifully. That verse is always hard to explain people, like they think what is night, what is day, what are they talking about, but when you explained it so nicely, it was very clear understanding for everyone.
Thank you so
Very
much.
beautifully done, Mataji. Yes, yeah. And they usually, the materialistic people, when we try to explain, it is so hard that doesn't go into their brains. Like when we are trying to tell, like these things are not. They feel that whatever materialistic people are doing is like night for the sages. Obviously, like it is nothing for them. Like, and whatever sages are doing, these people also think the other way. Like other. So it was very beautifully explained, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hari
Thank you
Bol.
so much,
Hari
Mataji.
Bol to both Matajis.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji. So again, the devotees, generally the materialistic people, they wake up very late until 11, 12, and they watch movies. Mornings they sleep 9, 10 o'clock. That is called, it is a, hog life. It is a hog life. But devotees, they wake up early in the morning, they sleep early in the night, and they take prasadam in right time and they go to sleep. So that is what the difference between waking up and sleeping. Okay,
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Everything falls in place once a person becomes a devotee. Each and everything in their life falls in place. Their health, their everything, the habits, everything will fall in place, Prabhuji. But only thing for people, it's hard for to take it. That's all. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Devi Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So both of them were explained beautifully. So with examples, so it's really beautiful. No words to say, Prabhuji, but thing in on day-to-day life, it's a bit challenge to maintain all those stuff. But I don't know how. It's years ago itself. With that, they have without any experience how they have explained about these materialistic people and how the sages will live. So without experience, so imagine that. So writings that such a great knowledge people really could be can explain, but not like us, right? So yeah, so that was this. No words, Prabhuji. So I'm just always thinking how that knowledge given to them.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, when we get association, we hear and hear the messages or shlokas or anything. When we hear from the devotees again and again, then it will register. First time it will not go into the mind, so we will be just looking and thinking something else. Second time also it may be something, and then third time, we have heard again. The mind will recognize and then give more attention. And then fourth, fifth time, let me see what it is. Why we are here, keep on hearing, and then it will. When we just investigate and see, I wanted to remember this shlok. I want to remember the meaning. In such a way, things will progress and remember more to speak. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Lalita Devi Mataji. Pavan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvasanam, Hare Krishna dear devotees. Sorry I joined late today. But yeah, I heard Rajlakshmi Mataji's session. It's really beautiful, Mataji, very well presented. And I got the message from the shloka about day and night. So we can easily distinguish between both. I can relate to the everyday life as well. Even in the beginning of my bhakti times, when I used to when I used to have materialistic friends, so I used to tell about Krishna consciousness, take them to temple, and then I used to do something like that. But I don't know, they treat like that's a picnic trip, and then forget when we come back, and then they try to pull me back as well. What are you doing? Kind of thing. It's completely like when we the spiritual thing. When we do spiritual thing, is for materialistic people, it's like night for them, so they cannot understand that easily. And similarly, materialistic people will do different things, and it's like a night for the spiritual people, so they know exactly where that is going through, and we can easily relate that in everyday day-to-day life. So although we try to come from materialist to spiritual, so we're a little bit, it's our journey, so we're in between. So sometimes I experience that materialistic thing as well. So because I play like I'm like a professional chess player, so I kind of somehow I attend tournaments, and then suddenly if I kind of lose consequently, or like continuously, I feel like I don't know why, and I a little bit connected to materialistic thing. But later I realized today also came for chess tournament, so today and tomorrow. So I just came back, and I realized I won few, I lost few. So I just realized with RajyaLakshmi Mataji's the shloka, how we have to stay balanced. So it's really good situational one. I enjoyed listening this. Thank you so much, Mataji, for clearly explaining.
Yeah, very
Hari
beautiful.
bol.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
big Hari bol to Mataji. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, everyone. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so either win or defeat. So this is again Sarvatra Anabhisnehaha. Either no attachment to the win, no attachment to the loss. Sarvatra Anabhisnehaha, no sneha, Anabhisnehaha. Tat prapya Shubha Ashubham. Either auspicious or inauspicious of materialistic things. So Nabhinandati Nadveshti. He does not hate, he does not desire. Nabhinandati Nadveshti. Tasya Prajna Pratisthita, equipoised. He is called a study of studies, a sage of steady intelligence. Okay, very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, I think Gauranga Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, both of Mataji will done very nicely. So thank you, Mataji. You all are going to explain very nicely. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All the three Lord Haribols to RajyaLakshmi Mataji and Hangma Mataji.
Haribol!
Hari bol. We got very, very, very big, loud Hari bol from Daya Prabhuji from beside RajyaLakshmi Mataji.
My Prabhuji is listening the session today, so he wanted to see how I am presenting. So he's with me only.
Very nice.
Big Haribol.
Big Hari
Thank you,
bol.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Daya Prabhuji. So you are supporting Mataji. So you are also sharing equally the spiritual assets.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji is watching and he's just listening, and he's did help with the setup of all these things today. So yeah,
Very beautiful.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Mataji. Okay, so we shall move on further. We've got Neeraj Prabhuji as well. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, nice to see you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll move on to next Narasimha prayers if everyone is happy. Okay. So did I allocate someone for Narasimha?
No, Prabhuji, no.
I will follow Mataji.
Okay,
Who will
let them.
be leading?
Anyone would like to lead?
Yeah. I'm happy to lead Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. And we all follow behind.
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahladalaadaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narasimha Parado Narasimha.
Yato Yami Tato Narsimha.
Yato Yami Tato Narasimha.
Bahe Narsimho Hrudaye Narsimho.
Bahe Narasimha Hrudaye Narasimha.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prabhati.
Kavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dandita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Guy who made the insect.
Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta
Lalita
Sringa
Hiranyakashipu
Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu
Kesavadrita Narahari
Keshavadrita Narahari Jai Jagadisha Hare
Jaya
Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tavakara Kamalavare
Adbhuta
Abhuta Sringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu
Kesavadrita
Bringa
Jaya
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
केशवद्रीता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवद्रीता हरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव सिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय गौर हरि
बोल अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की अमोघ प्रभु की जय everyone in our sangha 3 hari bols to everyone in our sangha hari bol hari bol
hari bol
hari bol
राजलक्ष्मी माता की हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees. So blissful to hear today from RajyaLakshmi Mataji, Hanuman Mataji. We are nearly 40 past 9 o'clock. And if you're all happy, we shall conclude our session for tonight and see you tomorrow morning for Japa session 5:30. This is introspective sage.
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Yeah.
Okay, that is wake up early morning and engage yourself in the japa. So that is introspective sage activities. Okay, sleep early and we shall conclude now.
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च करुणासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितेनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः वृंद की जय
Prabhupada ki Hari Hari
हरे
Bol.
कृष्ण हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल
Conscious night, everyone. Hare
Have a
Krishna.
wonderful Krishna conscious night, everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone.